In January of 2004, Troop 22 of Seaside Park, New Jersey, constructed 4 Osprey nesting platforms to be erected in the Sedge Island tidal marsh area of Island Beach State Park.
For the corner.
Yeah, but I mean, there's going to be a 4x4.
There's going to be a 6x6.
Oh, 6x6. Oh,
yes.
Good. Okay.
Basically, at this point now, we've built the frame. And Billy Coleman, working on his Eagle Scout project, he's helping square up the posts in each corner. And then we'll be putting the platform on the frame next. That'll basically give us our total platform pre-constructed. And on another day, we'll mount the platforms onto the posts that'll be mounted in the ground.
Easier if you hold this here until it comes up tight. Perfect. Sink them in there, good. 2 we're making today.
Okay.
Be 4 total.
Now, how are you going to be using this?
This is part of the decking, and this is going over the top of the 4x4s on the end. So we don't have to use all the wood. We cut the square out. We'll see how it fits.
Billy, I understand you're interested in the Osprey.
Yeah, I'm really interested in the Osprey. I'm part of Troop 22, and I'm working on my Eagle Scout project.
Good.
And I'm building osprey nests in the marsh for all the ospreys that come down on Island Beach, and I'm replacing the old weathered ones and putting new ones up.
How many boys do you have helping you?
There's like 4 or 5.
4 or 5 boys?
Yeah, and then 4 adults.
4 adults?
Yes.
When are you going to put these poles up?
When?
Yes.
I think sometime in February.
That'd be good. Well, Billy, maybe you'd like to know a little bit about the Osprey.
Yeah.
I've been studying them for about 35 years here at Island Beach State Park. I think I know a little bit, but I don't know everything. But we do know the ospreys occur around the world, except in the Arctic and the subarctic region. And they are a cosmopolitan bird. In other words, every country has ospreys in it. And one of the big problems with the osprey has been the fact that after World War II in the 40s, the Mosquito Commission sprayed very heavy loads of DDT on the marsh. And the little fish like this picked it up, and the bigger fish ate them, and then the osprey ate the fish. And all that contaminated chemicals went into the osprey system, and it caused them to lay infertile eggs, and eggs that were too weak. The shell was too weak for them to hatch, and they would break under the weight of incubating birds. So in 1970, after the birds had been exposed to DDT all those years, the population statewide in New Jersey was reduced to 50 birds, from 500 birds in the 1950s to 50 birds in the 1960s. So something had to be done. So when the Endangered and Non-Game Species Program got started in the State Division of Wildlife, the technicians and the biologists went down to Maryland, and they took eggs out of the nest with a permit in Maryland, which didn't have the DDT problem. We brought the eggs up to New Jersey, and we hatched some in an incubator at my house, and the others we put in the osprey nest and removed the eggs that were in the nest and sent them down for analysis, which showed that they were very, very thin eggshells and wouldn't have hatched. Well, the birds that we put in the nest, they hatched, our incubator birds hatched, and in 1976 we started a program of putting these young birds in the nest and allowing the older birds to hatch their own, and gradually the population of ospreys built up. So last year, 2003, we had over 350 active osprey nests producing somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 young ospreys. Most of these were banded, and they stayed in New Jersey until the fall, August and September. Then they migrated south to Central America, mostly Venezuela, Peru, and the country down there where they spent the winter. And then they would come back in the spring, establish their own nests, or come back to the nest they hatched from and find a nest locally and build a nest And so what we're doing here today with you Boy Scouts is putting the nest back up, putting the habitat back up where they used to nest. Now, where did they nest before? They used to nest in all the trees around the Barrier Beach Island. But as they developed the Seaside Park, as you see here, and the whole Jersey coast, they cut those trees down. So they destroyed the osprey's habitat. So what you boys are doing is actually replacing the habitat for these ospreys, which will probably be certain to maintain this osprey population, not only here, but in other areas where scouts may want to also put up nesting poles like this.
The nesting platforms are finished, and in February of 2004, they are brought down to the Sedge Island area. Each platform weighs over 450 pounds. But there is a problem erecting the platforms. Barnegat Bay is frozen over, and the boats cannot deliver the platforms to their sites. But then, as luck would have it, there's a thaw.
Okay. At your direction, Ray. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Up.
Right on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go slow. Go slow. You got to get the guys up on here. Go slow. All right, you got 4 guys on. You got 5 guys on.
So you went up there.
Guys,
Ready to come down. Go down slow when you're ready. You got enough
down.
room at this end.
Deep, we're good. Okay, get in.
Oh, not so hard, not so hard, not so hard, bees! Slow down. Up! Okay, pull. Whoa. Spread out, Bean. Spread out to your right. Go this way, Bill. There you go. You spread out to your left. You stay where you are. We're mixing the roll. Don't smoke, guys. Don't smoke. Move out that way, sir. Good there. There we go. Whoa. Ready? Stay with it. Fire it on. Ho! Now half throttle. Good. Can't sit between two rods. It's not going to happen. Ready? Don't jump off so you can see bottom, bro. Yeah? That's a slam big experience now.
We have 3 flags over there walking the flag.
Impossible, only takes a little longer. Impossible stuff takes a few minutes.
Just watch behind you.